Do you see this? This is a 45-page lawsuit filed in the D.C. Federal District Court and a court decision that awarded student loan forgiveness to public service employees. Many of you with student loans may never have heard of this program. I didn't know about it until I read this case. If you have a ton of student loan debt, which many people do in this country, you need to watch this video. After you watch this entire video, you're either going to be mad if you're paying your own student loan without any help, or you might ask, hey, Attorney Flesses, how can I get in on this action? That's the topic of this video. Hello again, everyone. I'm attorney Robert Flesses. The government is offering people with hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loan debt a forgiveness program. Yeah, that's right. They're forgiving their loans. But first, if you enjoy my videos and you learn a lot, please consider subscribing to my channel. I reply to your comments, so keep those comments coming, but tell me what state you're from. Well, here's the story of this case. In 2007, Congress enacted a program called the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program, otherwise known as the PSLF. Remember that. This program will forgive the entire balance of your student loan debt if you work in a qualified public service position. In this case, some lawyers work for the American Bar Association, otherwise known as the ABA. The ABA is a legal organization that provides public education and public interest legal services. The problem for the lawyers in this case was that when they took jobs at the ABA was qualified for this program. Well, subsequently, qualification was denied, so they sued the government. One lawyer worked in an area that served disabled and aging Vietnam vets. Another worked in the ABA area of providing legal services to unaccompanied immigration minors on the U.S.-Mexico border. And one lawyer is in the public education field for the ABA. Well, each one of these lawyers graduated from law school and with a tremendous amount of student loan debt ranging from $100,000 to over $400,000. During law school, they found out about this program and immediately applied. They had to find and become employed with a qualified nonprofit organization. So upon graduation, instead of working in the private sector, they chose to work for a public service organization. The ABA was qualified as an organization eligible for student loan forgiveness, and the lawyers in this lawsuit were employed there. Their ABA salaries ranged from $47,000 to $52,000 per year. These lawyers began their careers working in public service, according to the words used in the lawsuit, to plan for a career in public service with some promise of financial stability. They didn't get the same opportunity for student loan forgiveness in the private sector. Under this program, loan payments are capped as a percentage of income, which usually results in the monthly payment they're making being less than the monthly interest charges on a student loan. Well, long story short, when they applied to become eligible for the program, they were denied. When some of the lawyers found out that the organization was no longer qualified, they quit and went and took a job elsewhere. Some of them said the denial cost their family great concern and would force them to seek alternative employment. Remember, your tax dollars are being used to pay for someone else's student loan debt here under this program. Well, of course they were mad, and hence the 2016 lawsuit. Well, almost after 3 years in 2019, the federal court said all full-time employees of the ABA are now in fact qualified. Well, let's look at this. I'm not here to rip on this program or the people that are taking advantage of it because it's the law. This is the reason why some of you hearing about this program for the first time may be mad. Many of you out there in the YouTube world have thousands of dollars in student loan debt, and you have to pay the entire amount due. Some of you are getting your tax refunds seized each year. Some of you are getting your wages garnished every pay period to make your student loan payments. As many of you already know, part of my law practice is helping people file bankruptcy. Unless you have provable severe hardship under the bankruptcy rules, you can't discharge a student loan in bankruptcy. It's almost impossible. You must keep paying your student loan debt, and some people will never pay it off. Well, if you don't work in a public sector service job, then you're out of luck. Is this fair? Can everyone get a public service job? I don't think there are enough public service jobs to go around. But on the positive side, you may want to check into this program. You don't have to be a lawyer to participate. There are other jobs with organizations that qualify for this program, like carpenters and special services coordinators. Look online and you'll see some of them. But here are the basic rules of the program if you want to get involved. Your student loan can't be in the default status. Number 2, you have to make a minimum of 120 monthly payments on the student loan. 3, you must be employed in a public service job at the time each payment is made and at forgiveness time. If you work for the government, public education, legal prosecution, or public defense or public legal advocacy in low-income communities, among other fields, you qualify. And when your loan is forgiven, get this, the IRS can't tax you on the forgiven amount as income. Well, I hope, good or bad, that you learned something from this video. I'm attorney Robert Flesses. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.